Hi, let me introduce you to my 43 feet sailboat. I have installed uh, 3 solar panels totalizing 720 watts, and I'm going to install a EPSOLAR ET6415BND 60 amp solar charger. So here you can see I have connected them in parallel. So I'm getting at the end 30 volt 24 amps. Now I could have done it in serial, but the efficiency would be not as good as in parallel. Now the cable is going inside the boat, and it's going towards the electric cupboard. So here we can see the electric panel, and we're gonna open it, and behind it is the cable coming from the solar panel. You can see here the cable, and in the background you see the grid charger, and right now is disconnected because I need to empty the battery in order to test the charger. Here is my homebrewed solar charger that is turned off right now. Yeah, it's right now it's turned off. I'm gonna turn it on and just to give you a look. This is the MOSFET cooling, and on the right you can see the self induction to do the bulk conversion. And let's turn it on. Yeah, here it is. So you see the result is not really good. It's the efficiency is not really good. It's going from 380 watts to 300 watts. So there is a lot of loss here. And this is where we are going to connect the brand new solar charger. Okay, so there it is. The EPSOLAR model ET6415BND. I just got it and I'm going to install it. And okay, I admit I already opened the box before. I'm getting so excited. It looks really good. Great conversion efficiency, connections, USB. Okay, so now it's out of the outside box. Let's open it. So what is there? Little software, little manual. Okay, let's put that on the side. Okay, what else? Oh, cables. Okay, looks like a temperature sensor. Yep. Let's have a look. Okay, yeah, definitely a temperature sensor. So I cannot emphasize enough the importance of measuring the battery temperature, because they're getting hot. So if you want to keep your water, you need to have the controller control that temperature. Okay, what else? Nice. Oh, looks like a nice USB cable. That thing's going to talk to my computer. This is going to be fun. Okay, let's have a look at the beast. It looks really good. Okay, so I'm really excited. Let's get it out. Okay, let's have a look. Now, first feeling, it looks pretty sturdy and kind of nice. And I'm going to connect it on a temporary fashion just to see how it goes. And let's do that. Okay. Okay, so let's open the cover, and okay, what do we got here? We got big connectors pretty strong, and it's all explained. Panel plus minus and battery plus minus. Here you can see there is a spot for a little battery, a button battery, most likely to save data or something like that. Most important things, always connect the battery first. The battery voltage is extremely stable. You can do whatever you want. It's always going to be 12 volts, so or more or less. So always connect the battery first. Okay, now let's do it. So just to play it safe, I'm just checking the polarity and the tension on the battery. Okay, so let's plug it in and let's see what happens. So I'm putting the plus of the battery in, and that's it. It's booting. So let's see what it has to say. Okay, just first time on. Okay, so it's measuring the battery voltage. I need to adjust the date and the time, obviously. And now let's see. Let's walk through the menu real quick, just to see what we can access. Okay. Control parameter, local parameter. Let's have a look at that. Okay, local ID, right. Okay, well, some. Okay, 10 minutes local backup of data. That's cool. Okay, let's see. Battery type. Let's modify the capacity of the battery. Okay, sealed is okay. Now I need to change the. I need to change to 440 ampere hours. Okay, so let's see what those arrows are for. Yep, that's it. So I haven't read the book, by the way. I'm just doing this. That's why I'm so hesitating. Okay, other coefficients. What else? Over voltage, equalized charge, boost charge, float charge, alarm voltage, equalized time. Okay, this is some cool feature as well. Is giving you the state of charge of the battery. Okay, what else do we have here? No, I think that's it. I think I mean, what else? Just give it the capacity. That should be enough for now. And let's go to the next step. Let's connect the solar panel and see how it goes. Now I'm checking also the voltage and the polarity of the solar panel, and just to make sure. And 30 volts is what I should get, so it's good. So here it is. On the middle here you can see the connection to the ground in the middle, and battery on the right, and the solar panel on the left. And let's see what happens. Okay, 0. Yeah, it's not connected yet, so let's switch on the main switch, and let's see what happens. Okay, so now we can see it's slowly climbing now, and 10 amp, 12 amp, 13 amps, and let's see what I got on the other side. I have the control meter on the electrical panel, and let's have a look at it. No, it's about the same thing, like a bit less than 15. I got the alarm here going off. It's a bit too high. It hasn't started to regulate yet, so but it will soon, I hope. Yeah, so now the current is going down, and the power also. Yeah, see, 9 amp, 8 amp. Yes, now it started to regulate, and we now are at 14.4, and the alarm just stopped. Okay, now I can change those voltage if I want, and it's charging and regulating 6 amp, 7 amp, 6 amp, 7 amp. Okay, let's turn on the fridge compressor. Now the fridge compressor is pretty strong, so just very easily just open the door, and for sure it will start pumping some juice. So let's wait a second or two. 5 degrees, 5. Alright. Yep, that's it. Compressor is on. Now let's have a look. And yep, we have a nice 20 amps consumption. And it went back from 6-7 amps to 15 amps, which seems to be the maximum for today's configuration. Yeah, he went back to 15 amps, and you see the tension, the voltage is like 13.6, and yeah, it's charging, compensating for the fridge. No, it's not. I'm just checking the temperature, and it's like pretty cool. So this won't be a problem at 15 amps charging. So I'm going to switch off everything and discharge the batteries, so I get configuration when I actually charge the batteries. So you can charge batteries which are full. So I'm switching this off, and turning off the grid charger also. And now I need to think also about where I'm going to put it, and because it's not so small, it's about 45 centimeter long, and yeah, I need to think about a place for it. Shouldn't be too hard. Now these are the first trial at sea, and is just before 6 p.m. so the sun is not so high, and let's have a look outside. Yeah, the sun is kind of low in the horizon, and the orientation of the solar panel are opposite the sun, so it's not the best configuration, although it's charging rather well. And let's have a look at the panel. Now I just I've just put it like this on the sofa. Now we are charging 20 amps, and the charger will confirm that. And what can we see here? So yeah, right about 19, right above 19 amps. So, and yeah, it's not warm at all. It's just, you know, ambient temperature. It's cooling rather well, and that's a good thing. Yes, no fan, nothing getting dust inside. It's just passive cooling. I've chosen not to make the panel adjustable. I wanted something strong. I have too much surface, but I don't want to be bothered by all those adjustments. Now the consumption is about 10 amps. We got running two PCs. Now one is the navigation one, and also the GPS is working. More than that, we also have the outside instruments, which are the pilot is working, and a depth is working, and also the wind thing. All together, it's making about 10 amps consumption. Okay, I'm switching it off. I don't want to charge my battery too much. I want to keep them empty for next for the next experiment. Okay. Yep, night mode again. And no current, of course. It's now 11:50, so it's like 9:50 at the sun time, and we still have some shade ported to the panel by the mast and cables and all that, because we have the sun. We are facing the sun, and it's not so bad. We are charging at 22 amps, and it's still early morning, so we can see we are 20 amps. The board consumption is just above 7 amps. Okay, now it's 12:50, which means about 10:50, so 10 to 11 at sun time, and we have reached 27 amps. So it's pretty good, and it keeps climbing. The top will be reached in about 1 hour, and so 27 is pretty good. And let's see what happens. Right, so now is the moment. We have reached almost 40 amps, my highest current recorded ever, which I'm really excited about. And it's not even 12 p.m. at some time. It's not even noon. It's like 11 o'clock at sun time. And I saw it at 41 amp, but it just moved down again. Now the only thing is, now I can't really enjoy this currents, because basically the battery are getting charged very quickly. So now we will start regulating again and lower the currents to keep the voltage in proper range. So that's too bad. My battery are starting to get full. Oh well. That's probably what this thing is made of. It's made for anyway, right? Okay, so next we'll see what happens. So I wanted to come back now on the menu while we are in production. So basically it's 20:01 p.m. So it's about 20 past 11 in sun time. Now this is what we got on the main screen. Now we can see 32 amps and 14.44 volts, and now we can change the menu. We can change what we can see, what kind of information we can get out of the menu. So now next screen will tell you just a bit bigger the battery voltage and the battery current as it's happening now. Now it tells you the extreme voltage during the day. So 12.2 was this morning. Battery were pretty flat since I've been working the board without charging it for 1 day. I really wanted to get those batteries empty. Now this is state of charge and the battery condition, which is also pretty neat. And also you can see the state of the charge, like it's boosting, is giving the maximum power in the battery. And now you can get the energy generated today, 1.3 kilowatts. And so you need to transform that in ampere hour if you like, if you prefer on a boat. And the power from the solar panel is about 450 watts, which is not so bad because again they are flat. they are not adjustable, and so there is always going to be an angle between the ray of the sun and the panel. But that's why I wanted something simple, and I put too many panels for that reason. And this is the power generated since the reset of the machine. So you can reset that also. And the battery temperature is not connected, and local temperature is the temperature of the charger. So 29 degrees Celsius, it's not so bad. So it's really not eating. So let's see what happens next. Okay, so right now I've put it there just as a temporary position while I was thinking about where I'm going to put it for good. Now I've found a position which is pretty neat, which is near my electrical panel, and it's right here, right above it. There is some space between the window and the panel, and that's where I'm going to put it. It needs to get some air because it's passive cooling. It also needs to be far away from any water entrance, water exposure, so far away from the entrance. It seems like a good spot to me, and that's what's gonna happen next. Alright, so this is where I've decided to put it, and I have started to glue some piece of wood. I've chosen to use epoxy. I've tried to do it with wood glue, but it didn't work out. Epoxy is a bit annoying because you have to wait a bit, so it like 24 hours to get it really well stuck. And but I know that epoxy will be very strong. And in the meanwhile, well, the charger is still charging in that position too, and is waiting for its spot, its new spot. So now I've got the switch installed, the main cable installed, and as you can see, the cables are going from the panels and to the charger by this area. Now it's always connected to the battery. I will only switch the battery, the panels off, but the battery will be always connected. And the installation will become temporary at last from now on. Okay, so now is the first trial with the final installation, and now I got 10 amps, 11 amps on the charger. Now it's not a lot, but you will see the weather. It's really crap. And 11 amps with my setup. If I have the whole day of bad weather like this, I mean, I'm still gonna be happy with my fridge and some of my pilot. So it's not so bad. And now we're gonna look at the software.